Welcome back to Wheel Reverend. When you're on a 2025 Suzuki Katana, you immediately understand that it isn't just about raw numbers on a spec sheet, it's about the character. Throttle response is smoother than ever thanks to the refinements Suzuki made with its ride-by-wire system. There's a fluidity to the way power builds. It isn't abrupt or intimidating, but it's could never dull either. Roll it on in first and second gear, and the surge is instant, clean, and purposeful, letting you slice through traffic or rocket down an open road. At mid-range, where most riders spend their time, the engine shines. It pulls hard and holds steady, with the work on top that feels like it never runs out. Then, at higher revs, the engine snarls and screams in a way that reminds you of its GSXR bloodline. The character is aggressive when you ask for it but refined when you don't, which makes it versatile and ways a retro-styled bike doesn't always manage. One of the things that surprised me most about the Katana is how usable that power is. On paper, 150 horsepower can sound overwhelming, but Suzuki's electronic aids ensure it never feels out of control. Traction control in particular is an unsung hero. On dry tarmac, you barely notice it's working, but in the wet or when cornering hard on less than perfect roads, it quietly steps in to keep you planted. This isn't the kind of traction control that neuters the phone up, it's the kind that gives you confidence to push further. Pair that with the quick shifter and you've got the bike that feels alive under you, yet never unruly. Upshifts are lightning fast, and clutch-less downshifts are addictive, especially with that slipper clutch smoothing things out. Together, it creates a seamless riding rhythm that's just plain satisfying. Design-wise, the Katana is a piece of rolling art. Suzuki didn't just slap retro cues on a modern Naked, they reimagined the original Katana silhouette with boldness. The square-cut headlight framed by a compact fairing pays homage to the 80s, while the aggressive tank lines and compact tail scream modern sport bike. It's a combination that stands out in a sea of cookie-cutters Naked bikes. The proportions feel tight, muscular, and intentional, giving the Katana presence whether it's parked or flying by at speed. The details matter here too. The bronze wheels and gold forks on the Blue model aren't gimmicks, they give the bike premium visual weight. The satin finish on the bodywork, the sharp graphics, the minimalistic rear end, all these things reinforce the idea that the Katana is a designer's bike, built to make a statement as much as to perform. It's a motorcycle that demands a second look, and that in itself is rare today. Comfort might not be the first word you associate with the sport Naked like this, but Suzuki has done its homework. The seat height is approachable for a wide range of riders, the handlebar position is upright enough to keep weight off your wrists, and the overall stance feels natural rather than extreme. That makes it a bike you can commute on during the week without torturing yourself, then unleash on the weekend for spirited riding. Suspension, handled by fully adjustable kib forks and a preload adjustable rear shock, strikes a solid balance between sporty stiffness and everyday compliance. It soaks up rougher surfaces without ever feeling wallowy, yet firms up nicely when you push harder in corners. Braking is equally confidence-inspiring, with Brembo radial calipers biting into twin discs up front. They deliver plenty of stopping power with predictable feedback, which is exactly what you want when managing a Elite-class machine. The dashboard experience deserves a mention. While not as flashy as full-color TFT screens seen on some rivals, the Katana's LCD unit is crisp, easy to read, and styled uniquely for this bike. It feels like a deliberate choice to maintain a slightly retro-inspired aesthetic without compromising functionality. All the critical info is there at a glance, and navigating through riding modes or settings is straightforward. In an age where menus can feel overly complex, Suzuki kept things simple, and I appreciate that. Now, let's talk real-world ownership. At a price hovering just over 11 grand including taxes in most markets, the 2025 Katana positions itself in a sweet spot. It undercuts many of its European rivals in price, yet offers comparable performance and a unique style. Sure, it has quirks. The smaller fuel tank means more frequent stops, and some riders may wish for a little more range if touring is on the agenda. But that isn't the Katana's mission. This is a street-focused weapon designed to be engaging and eye-catching on short to medium rides, and it does that brilliantly. Reliability is another strength. Suzuki's inline-fours are known to be bulletproof with proper maintenance, and that peace of mind counts for a lot. Add in reasonable service intervals and a dealer network that's generally easier on the wallet compared to some exotic brands, and the Katana makes a strong case as a practical performance bike too. What seals the deal for me is the sense of identity the 2025 Katana has. Too many motorcycles today chase trends, blending into one another with similar silhouettes and features. The Katana doesn't. It's proud of its heritage while confidently stepping into the present. It appeals to riders who value individuality, who want a machine that stands out at bike nights and garners questions at every fuel stop. It's for the rider who wants something visceral but not unrefined, stylish but not impractical. You don't just buy a Katana, you buy into its story, its attitude, its presence. That, to me, is what makes it such an exciting addition to Suzuki's lineup in 2025.